Robert, on? Question mark? Yeah, it's on.
Okay. So, last time, you all found yourselves, after an intense battle within the inner sanctums of Gasp and Lemore, two talented arcanists, a part of the Sanctum of the Eight Realms. After going to bat with them, they withheld and captured Blank, and upon a complicated, very difficult conversation, you all came to the conclusion that letting Blank go from this mortal coil was better than leaving him alive, understanding the danger that he could pose in your mission to stop Epis the Elad. After some very solemn words with each other, you wished him goodbye, and then proceeded on your quest, burying him just by the roots of the soul tree. You saw flowers bloom from his body, and then moved on to the city of Protopolis, which is where you all find yourselves, at the exterior of a giant metropolistic city, rising towers, large spans of fields and livestock and farms as far as the eye can see. The towers range up and above, and at the very end, you see a incredibly well constructed, beautifully adorned, near Gothic architecture of a giant castle, the likes of which you have never witnessed before. Arashi, I'm going to give you some important information.
Ooh, yay, information.
As a resident who actually lived cognizantly in the various realms of the Leviathos Federation, you would know some of the basic rules and structures of the Leviathos Federation. The Leviathos Federation, after a war nearly 50 years too longer ago, has essentially, through both negotiation and also plain warfare, assimilated multiple other kingdoms across the lands of Exortia. One of which happens to be where you come from. Others of which have come on different means. However, each of them have assimilated certain parts of the various houses of those lands to become nobility of the land. There essentially is a hierarchy of the established nobility of the actual Leviathos Federation, the lesser nobility that is associated from foreign or other kingdoms that have assimilated to the Leviathos Federation, and then those below that in regards to the mercantile class, as well as maybe just people who are a little bit more wealthy for a variety of other reasons, as well as a variety of working class and the clergy. Then below that is where around you stand, just beneath that of farmers, where you are basic citizens. Now, you don't have an established basically citizenship in the Leviathos Federation. You are a part of basically different sections. While you can be part of other kingdoms, to be able to enter cities such as the centralized Protopolis requires some level of permission or reason. You either have to have a good reason for entering the city, or you need to be established to get permission to enter, whether that be you're a trader or that you regularly perform business there. You have to have permission basically to enter Protopolis, because it is not only a huge spanning metropolis of a city, but unless you already are a citizen there, it is the keystone of the Leviathos Federation. It has a large amount of military effort there. It has incredible amounts of knowledge, work, and effort put into it from the various nations. The borders are very deeply maintained by the Leviathos Federation, partially by shielding itself on the land front through the various nations it's assimilated. The coastal front, it also has done a very good job of constructing various war tactics, such as actual castles and basically man-made structures to prevent danger coming from the coast. So that was a lot, but
that was a lot for my very small brain.
So you would know all of that. You would know what's relevant to you at the moment is that entering the city is going to be difficult because you all don't have like citizenship to the city itself, nor do you have like a material reason. You don't have documents or permission or stock to bring and show for immediately. You could potentially use the magic items you have. You could use Tunis to pretend that he is a strange show. You would also happen to know that you are currently in the season of Erntedankfest or Harvest Festival. You are currently in the oncoming of spring. You would also know that moving through the city is just as difficult. Just because you're a citizen means that doesn't mean you have permission to enter everywhere. This is, like most colonial nations, is very hierarchical. The nature of the Leviathas Federation, although you did not have to deal with it as much, but you were brought to its attention, is the religiosity of it cannot be understated. Most magic there is valued religiously and comes from religion. A lot of the time, alchemists or essentially people who perform magic that they don't like, they end up calling either alchemists or horrid sorcerers, and that has a bad connotation. To perform magic without some level of religious significance, or to argue that it is purely chemical, are the only ways to validly perform magic within the city. They do have a full academy for it. However, the argument that's being made is they are teaching ways to draw divine forces to them, not that they are performing magic itself. It is more of a political thing, but it is still important to know. The same goes, therefore, of what is relevant to Vorbor, because Vorbor, for example, if he performed blood magic, would look like a heretic. And specifically, a heretic that is performing an act against both God and this earth.
Well, shit.
However, there is, as is the way of the Leviathas Federation, a good variety of racial diversity. However, this nation, like a lot, deals with a lot of species. Therefore, it has to, in order to maintain its religiosity and almost colonial-esque hierarchy, sometimes they argue about innate or essential values to each of the races. Essentially, they tend to believe the value of elves, dwarves, and other long-lived species are greater than those who live for a shorter amount of time, except for humans, who were the original ones who constructed the Leviathas Federation. Amongst other races that do not live for as long, they are almost considered as lesser. I think, is that everything I'm thinking of that would be relevant? You would know that in the time they're currently at, there's a lot of big things going on in the city. You don't know specifically the events that go on Harvest Festival here in Protopolis. You would know, however, that often this is one of the most financially prosperous times, where a lot of trade is occurring between mercantiles as the centralized, basically, beginning of farming occurs, whether it be people making deals or whether it be preparations for the upcoming spring. This is one of the most economically viable times, both to receive and earn cash and to steal it, as you would know in your old history. That, I think, about covers it for what Evie would know. Tunis and Vorbor would not have nearly a hint of this information. You both were secluded for various reasons, so Arashi currently is probably the most knowledgeable person.
With with my brain today. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
I relay pretty much all this information to everybody else.
Cool. So you repeat a lot of that. Yeah, sure. I'll allow it.
Okay, not all.
I'll be
Like
honest.
anything like
I
this
didn't pay attention for most of that.
Could you
anything
roll me?
that's relevant. So like the fact that magic is difficult, depending on the situation. How strict they are, like that sort of thing. The stuff that's like important.
Okay. So
Would I know about this, Daniel?
You would know, yeah, you would know bits of it. You would know what you would not. What would you not know? No, I'd say you know about all of that. I'd say you know most of that, especially considering your research coming there. But you guys will find out more about that later. So as you approach, you can see basically that there is a huge gate in the front entrance, and large lines of people being stacked over into corners of the city. It seems to be a large circularly shaped wall, like a humongous wall, probably spanning about maybe 60 to 70 feet tall. You see the centralized gate, which seems unobstructed on a dirt road, and then you see the side spaces that seem to be slightly smaller gates that are allowing people inside.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure how to get in. Any ideas?
You know, you're supposed to be the one that's a thief. That has ideas of how to get into things that we shouldn't be able to get into.
This is truly your area of expertise.
You aren't incorrect. But I would want to ask you guys if you had ideas that are a little more legal.
You're asking for our input for the first time in something that's supposed to be your area of expertise.
You know what? I regret this. I will figure it out.
Araki's like, maybe I should reach out. Maybe I should ask him to see what the group thinks about my choices. Well, fuck this.
Just shut down immediately. Okay, fine. I don't want to bond anyway.
Alex goes, well, Arashi, I agree. I think we could potentially, it's difficult. We have a lot of magic items here. Perhaps they would find some of that of value if we argued that we were trading some of them.
I don't think we look too much like traders.
Let me see actually if Alex has any.
We kind of look like murderous hobos, to be nice to us.
Well, we cleaned off the blood, and Alex prestidigitates some of the blood off of him.
It doesn't hide the looks in our eyes, to be honest.
But
plus, we encountered the issue of none of us are pious.
None of us are what?
We are all for various reasons, not.
We could observe and pretend to go along with some of the religions available.
All I'm saying is this town was designed to arrest us.
Alex is going to look through his spellbook for a second. And you see him cast across his chest, like just an illusion. Actually, does he not have? No, he does. Okay. He cast Disguise Self, and you see he appears to still be himself, but he changed his clothes to now look more alike those around him, much more focused on leathers, seemingly leather tunic, like worker pants, and across his chest, a symbol of Ioun. The knowing mistress, the goddess of knowledge.
And that's a god that is known?
Yes. Arashi, you would know that the gods that are acceptable within the Leviathas Federation include Arathis, Corellion, Ioun, Moradin, the Raven Queen, and Palor.
I see Alex do this, and I turn my armor to something similar of what he has on.
Do you think there is a so would you match him in terms of Ioun's sigil, or would you try and select a different god?
I think
or would you just keep it no god?
I think to keep us like grouped together, I would go with the same god.
Okay.
I will follow suit. And then point at Robo and laugh.
Alex looks at Vorbor and is like, huh, well, we have this disguise kit from Blank. Do we want to...
I throw a dagger at Tunnus's feet.
That's very rude.
So is pointing and laughing.
That's fair.
I go grab my dagger. Alright, disguise kit, I guess.
Okay, so roll me
I can give you a hand with that. I'm pretty good with these, to be honest.
Okay. Sure, Tunnus will sit down and Vorbor begrudgingly accepts as Tunnus will basically dress you in a montage.
Oh, no. No. Vorbor accepts help.
Okay. Tunnus will pick clothes out for Vorbor and also do his makeup.
Aww.
Do you
Roll...
not trust my decisions?
Tunnus, roll me a d20 plus your charisma, and then add... Do you have proficiency in disguise kits?
I'm just double checking. I believe I do.
Really hoping you do.
It would be funnier if I didn't, though.
It'd be really funny if you didn't, actually, though. I won't lie. I kind of hope you don't. The whole reason I said that bit is because I kind of
get arrested immediately.
Alas, I do have proficiency.
Okay, so roll a d20 plus your charisma plus your proficiency.
So that'll be a 22 total.
22. Cool. Vorbor looks exactly like dressed perfectly to a T. You are straight up using like fucking leather skins that you have stitched to Vorbor's clothes that he will rip off. He could rip off immediately, but as long as Vorbor doesn't stand in the wrong place, there's no way anyone's going to notice the difference. And you even made a nice homemade Ioun patch for his shoulder.
And you didn't trust my decision.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
We all approach. Alex kind of points out and goes, like, I think that we should go in the lines of groups. And you step into line at these at these basically groups. I'm gonna, for the sake of brevity, basically describe this as: have you guys ever been to the DMV?
Oh no!
Oh god!
No!
It's like hours and hours of just fucking standing in the sun waiting to be let in through this gate. You see the gate, which is this solid, like, stone structure that actually, like, basically drops and then relifts. It's incredibly heavy. And I think and you notice the purpose of it is essentially, like, it seems like, oh, you could use, like, easy methods to keep this gate open, like to open this up. But you see, not only is the gate so sheerly close to the edge that there's no point of leverage, but also that it falls a full foot down and is so heavy that it's basically just a moving wall. How they engineered this, you don't know, but as people are being let in, you see basically at the front a guard, like a well-adorned guard who seems to have like gold plating around the edge and one of the Leviathos symbols, specifically that of what looks like a kraken, across their chest plate, as they seem to be writing on pieces of paper and letting people go through and then shutting the gate and then asking the next person. What do you guys think is the story you develop to try and enter the place? Do you just...
Before that, I'm an awful person, and disguise self only lasts for an hour.
I'll say that you guys are nearing the end of your disguise self, and we're probably like, you're like, all right, if we talk this out appropriately, we have 10 minutes before our spell dispels.
Well, I mean, I'm fine. I can recast it infinite number of times. I'm just being a dick to everybody else in the party.
I don't think this is a problem for... you know what? Alex will just, after like an hour or two, Alex is like, shit, okay, and then recasts it every time. Alex has a lot of spell slots. I'll just spend those. Okay.
I don't think my armor goes away unless I...
No, your armor stays. You're good.
Okay, cool.
It's just Alex's problem.
Is there like temples inside?
Yes, there are multiple cathedrals to the various gods that I listed in the city.
So, like, what are, like, the... I don't know shit about religion. Is there, like, priests or, like heads of people for, like...
There are cardinals, bishops, priests and priestesses, and then just servants of the church. And then beneath that are, like, members of it.
Wouldn't there be a pope?
I wouldn't personally know any of their names, right?
You roll me a history check.
History, that's a gross one, but okay.
History.
Yeah, then nope, never mind. I got nothing.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1.
Okay, cool. I think you sit on your knees in a stone room. That's what you think of.
Yep, okay. I got it.
Is there something specific? Yeah, that's all you fucking know. You're like, it's a wall.
My point, what my idea was I was gonna say a specific person was waiting for us at a temple, but you know, I can't do that when I don't know anyone. So
I have no idea.
Alex poses the question, do you think it would be a good idea if we just said what we were here for?
You mean be honest?
Yeah.
Who do you think we are?
What?
Tunis has a way with words. I think...
Yes, I'm just gonna walk over to them and say, hey, we really want to talk to one of your really powerful wizards because there's another really powerful wizard who's gonna come and kill all the other powerful wizards, and also all of you. Believe me.
I mean, the general would know about Epis. Would it not be a good idea to pose? It's just a suggestion. Don't feel pressure.
You know what?
I don't know.
Should be the one to talk.
You know what? Honestly, what's the worst idea what's the worst thing that happens? We say, hey, we'd like to speak with your general about a super secret person, and he will understand the name that we are about to say, Epis.
Yeah,
and we will be waiting in an appropriate market whenever he's ready to talk.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to get in if they didn't want to let us in, just from that sentence alone.
Well, then we can also be like, we're traders and buying shit. I don't know.
The only issue is they don't let us in. That's it. We're kind of boned because they know who we are after we do that. We can't just come along and be like, hey, I'm a totally different person, by the way, but I also want to get inside.
Everyone make me an intelligence check.
How's it going, Skippy?
An intelligence check?
Everyone make an intelligence check.
Huh?
Fuck is my intelligence. Oh, never mind.
Wait, what are we doing?
What is my rolls today?
Just make an intelligence check.
Oh dear God.
Don't even ask.
I rolled a 3! I got a 5 as well!
I got
Did
a 5.
any of you...
Wait, Daniel, am I rolling as well, or no?
No. Alright,
not
never
here.
mind. I don't... You fucking... Yeah, you're like, alright, we
woke up
don't
on the
know
wrong
what
side
to
of the
do.
bed today.
You all don't know what to do. You're all really having a bad time after playing.
I think that honestly, based off those rules, we should go with the plan of just tell the truth.
Okay. Okay. I have a backup
As you
plan,
guys are
but
approaching the front, settle what the plan is that you guys want, and then
I think
once you
Ivo
feel...
Tunis goes up and just tells the truth.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Go, Tunis.
Okay, so as you guys approach, you see a swarm of probably 10 guards who are, as everyone approaches, begin starting to search and siege from a distance. So you probably... Is there any shit you guys need to hide?
You mean the fact that people of Lyon have, like, a bunch of weapons on them?
I mean, you can
We're
also...
an adventuring party, we were sent out on a mission to obtain forbidden knowledge, which is within this book that I am carrying, which I am binding now so that it cannot be opened for the fear of people learning what's inside. And the reason we are so heavily armed is because the church has to send out... They need an adventuring party, and that's what we are. And you haven't really seen much of us because, well, we're adventuring.
Alex also goes, the symbol that I selected was just a sigil to signify my worship of Ian.
No,
You know
we're
what,
part
I
of the
think
church
that's-
now. It's too late. I've already built the story.
Okay, oh god, I have to think about this now.
Shit. Wait, I'm going to... Fuck, I can't remember her name.
There's a lot,
Who did Priestess Malor serve?
Priestess Malor, served her, Arathis. She served...
Church of Arathis, right.
If you change religions right now, so help me, Ayu.
What if we just say that it was a Priestess Malor from somewhere? No, because they might know that name.
Listen, we have
what was
forbidden knowledge.
What was the daughter of the general's name?
That wasn't the daughter of a general. That was the daughter of... I'm assuming you mean the daughter of the Duke of Durn.
Yeah.
She... I will warn you, that was the one that you beat the shit out of.
Yeah, it's fine. What was her name?
Okay, hold on. Let me remember her name.
You don't have to commit.
I rolled a 5 on intelligence, man. I'm coming up with dumb shit right now.
Okay, hold on. I have to scroll down now to remember what the fuck I wrote for her name.
I'm gonna get my other dice. 'cause I
Daniel
rolled
thinking this is a
shit.
dumb character that'll never be talked about.
No, it wasn't even that. I just haven't. We haven't been in Draconis Nil in like fucking months.
You aren't wrong.
Yeah.
I wrote down her name, but there was a bunch of names that I remember from Draconis Nil. A lot of shit was happening.
Can't you control F and then just look for Baron?
Wow, did I really not write her goddamn name down?
That's
We said her name.
Going through the
maybe.
mods.
What is it?
Like, surely we wrote it down, right?
I'll write notes down.
Chamberlain Medilla. That's the person.
No.
Oh, Torgus. Lord Ordis
Yeah, it was
Torgus Baron.
Where?
That
It's an
was
important
the
people.
She was the cousin. She's the daughter of the cousin of the Baron of Dirth. Her name is Ul Torgus. Thank you, Blank.
Why didn't we look at
Oh
the
wow, it
important
was right
people
there.
tab?
I was literally. Oh wow, daughter. Oh hey, Barrett. Oh yeah, I skimmed right over that. Wow, you know that 5 really makes sense right now.
I think that's the average intelligence of everyone here right now.
4.
Okay, so we're gonna fucking narrow down the clock. What are you guys doing as you approach this?
What if we say that she sent us on a mission?
To do what? Oh wait, was it to retrieve forbidden knowledge which we have locked inside this book, and then we're back to my plan? Sure. Crazy. I can't believe it.
Wait, I do have a question. What
Yeah.
happened to the idea of telling the truth?
I mean,
That's a really good question. I got carried
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
I got carried away, too.
I thought we agreed we were telling the truth. So like,
we're telling the truth. Okay.
We're going to be
No,
honest,
right.
not citizens. Do we tell them the part where we're not citizens? How much of the truth? Do I need to get the sign out again?
I don't know how much truth you guys want to tell. I'm not making decisions for you guys.
No, we know you're not.
Tennis,
We could do the whole thing. Like, I could get the billboard out. We could add like the extra things.
We could literally Olaf this shit.
you know
Oh,
what?
Jesus.
Hold off this shit. Let's go. Start from the beginning.
Dude, fuck it, yes. Let's
Whoever
do
you
it. Performance and
walked into a
everything.
bar, let's do it.
Well, as your DM, and also as a person who is trying to understand how, of all people, fucking the one who has been the least involved is going to try and explain your guys' quest, I would... You guys are gonna have to watch as Tunnis tries to fucking repeat what he, as Tunnis, would know about your guys.
Alright, no, okay, Tunnis, just explain the part where you got chased by a Tyrannosaurus.
That part. And you think that'll get us there if I say it?
Actually, what did we just talk about? The Triceratops?
Before you guys approach, is there anything you want to do to prepare? Remember, people are being searched. So if you have any shit on you that you don't want people to know, you have to stuff it somewhere. Or either you can roll to hide it, or you can roll a deception check to try and make them not look in a certain place.
Look in my bag of holding, or my
What would they consider contraband?
They would have to roll well enough to be able to, one, know it's a bag of holding, and two, know how to look in it.
I stuff.
Yeah, what is contraband considered?
Yeah.
Did I know that as my knowledge person?
With your intelligence check, you...
I more meant with my average knowledge.
No, yes, I'm joking. You would know generally that bringing weapons into the city is not favorable. Beyond maybe like very minimal weapons, bringing a shit ton of weapons into the city is not great without good reason. If you are just like, we're traitors and you're armed to the teeth, they're gonna be like, fucking no you're not. So matching the reason that you are there is good. Also having illicit substances at all on you is bad. Having potions is very wary. They might fucking take them. As well as magic items that are clearly magical.
I shove everything into my...
Are the guards literate, do you think?
I'm gonna mention that the Druidic Dream pills are probably contraband, because those are...
Oh yeah, whoever grabbed
basically
those
drugs.
pills from Blank's dead
Oh
body,
yeah, totally. All of the drugs that Blank previously had are very much.
So I'm gonna shove all my swords into well, not my steel longsword. I'm gonna keep that one out. But the silver one, the defender, the spear, the two daggers, poison, more poison,
I'm gonna roll
potions of healing.
Roll a funny check to see. Okay, cool. So as people are walking by, you see some of them going like, "What the fuck?" As you start shoving swords into a bag from a distance, it just looks like you're shoving swords into a hole in the earth. As you begin just tossing weapons and shit into it, it's like, where were you hiding those? Did you have a sword up your ass? How are you?
Wait a fucking second. Why am I even? I feel dumb.
Wait, what?
I feel dumb.
Why do you feel dumb?
No, that's fine.
Wait, Jeff, explain your quality.
I am a druid. Why didn't I just shapeshift?
Hey, man. That was your call.
We've commit.
You rolled a 5 in intelligence. I think you know why you didn't take
Really
it.
fits. It fits so well.
You all are just fucking dumbasses, and Alex is like, I'm an NPC. I can't make these decisions for you. Okay, so you all.
That's all I do.
Okay,
And,
just roll me a deception check.
I'm going to, I guess. Ah, shit.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
I hand her my bag of holding.
Arashi has a bunch of bags.
I am the carry boy.
Yeah. As you approach, you see the man from before who sits at the top along with 10 other guards who are going to approach. but stand at attention, but not actually move as they let the next group in and being like, yes, of course. Okay, who is next? What state your names and purpose for entering Protopolis?
Kenneth?
Oh, sorry, my bad. My name is Tannis, and we are returning from a long journey in which we were collecting forbidden relics for the Church of Ayun. I forgot we were lion!
No, this fits Tunnus too well. Because he's now just totally panicked right now because he totally did the wrong thing.
He watches the man goes, yes, the Church of Ayun, very keen. Would you be happen to tell us of which member of the church that you requested this journey upon? I'll have one of our guards Tutes check the paperwork.
It's been very long.
You don't need to see
We've been out for almost a year. Obtaining this book cost us one of our members' lives. I'm sorry that we lost our fucking paperwork, but it's been a bit of a run.
Make a intimidation check.
Oh god. Oh fuck.
DC.
Surely there's got to be some advantage because he sees like me like battered and cut up, right?
No. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Yelling at a guy of high repute, irrelevant of your, is in itself kind of a disadvantage. Like
24.
Okay.
Thank God.
You
have a plus 10 to intimidation?
I have a lot of charisma-based skills.
Right, well, I see. That's unfortunate to hear. I'm so sorry about your friend's passing. However, unfortunately, I will need some form of documentation to at least look at to ensure that your entry to the city is, in fact, qualified. We don't have any right now. I mean, honestly, we've been robbed, we've been stabbed, we've nearly died so many times that I'm sorry. The piece of paper that we are given to, like, you know, we keep track of everything we're doing is not built for the adventuring life. The sturdiness of the paper, very, very bad. And I'm sorry that it got destroyed, but honestly, rain would have destroyed it, and we faced a lot worse than rain. Is there anybody we can talk to maybe get another piece of paper, or... Oh, yes, of course. There happens to be paper customs, and you see a line that goes probably across the valley.
Fuck.
You see a line that goes probably about 10 hours worth of, like, we're talking like you thought the DMV was bad now. Wait till you have to actually file paperwork that you don't have.
So, I mean, like, I'm not saying that it's incredibly urgent that we speak to the church, but also I have this relic, and I'm holding my Book of Shadows.
Okay.
Which is, you know...
What does your Book of Shadows look like?
That's a really good question that I haven't thought about until now.
Shadows oozing off of it. Shadows oozing off of it.
My Book of Shadows is a reflection of my patron, so I don't fully understand the scope of my patron.
And so it just has a creepy ass smile on it?
Okay. So
Can there be like a book that's just
your
ghosts?
book probably would have like disturbing spikes surrounding it that are coated in astral dust. And he would go, "Oh my, that's an abhorrent."
Now, you know, remember we last read this shit, and it killed him instantly. So I'm thinking, like, maybe we get this locked up pretty quick, buddy Jim. Like urgency, maybe not. I feel like maybe we could just sit up here and chill in the rain, waiting that line.
Okay, so okay. All of this has been fluff. Make a deception check. I'd say that this has happened. Make a deception check, and he's gonna. I'm gonna say for the purposes of this is a D6.
Oh no! Oh no!
a DC?
I got
Are
a
you?
natural 1, but it's a 16.
Okay, cool. You watch as one of the guards starts to approach to look at the book, and immediately the book pierces part of his hand, and he goes, "Oh, dark magic!"
Remember when I said it was dangerous? Like, I looked you guys in the eyes and I
Start
said
to
it's
stand at
dangerous.
attention and start to reach for their blades.
I said danger. I said it's dangerous. I said it killed somebody, and y'all were like, let's read it? Are you fucking kidding me?
You watch as he looks upon you and says, "I have never been spoken to, much less by a strange amphibian albino."
I look like an elf. I use this guy's self to look like an elf.
Oh, you look like an elf? Perfect. Okay.
I'm absolutely not a fish right now.
State your true purposes for coming here. I can tell that you're lying.
There is an evil wizard who's going to come back and free himself from an astral prison and attempt to kill probably everybody in your city. And also, we just kind of need to speak to one particular archmage who helped put him away the first time, because we want to put him away again.
Okay. As he's like, right. Take these rabble over to, and you watch as Blank, describe yourself.
Oh no.
Fuck yeah.
Blank, what do you look like as you see a small humanoid figure approaches? Blank?
Blank.
Blank?
Blank.
Hello. Sorry, I forgot I muted myself.
Everyone's like, oh fuck.
Man just sitting still, like in a walking pose, not walking towards us though.
He's
just freeze framed.
Okay.
He's actually floating in air, frozen. So would you like to describe your character?
I'm a 2-foot tall gnome who looks like he's dressed in all black, but it's actually really colorful clothing. It's just covered in soot and ash.
You hear the sound of people discussing the wizards, specifically of interest within the city, including an archmage in the city. And you hear like the ringing opportunity of what you've been coming here to look for. What do you think you say, Blank, as you see this group of people being a wide open opportunity? Do
I notice that it's Alex? Or
I'd say make me a perception check, because Alex is kind of dressed up right now. So I'm gonna roll, and he also looks very different because he has like not cut his hair in a long time. I'm gonna roll a deception check.
Where is? I got a 20 total.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Alex rolled a 20 as well. So I would say that was Alex's DC. So you meet it. So you look and you see a familiar face of Alexander Driscoll from school.
Is he near the cops still? Or the guards?
They're all near the guards. There's like 10 guards around them.
Okay, can I just like walk up and be like, oh, these idiots went off on their own, didn't they?
Oh.
Talk to the guards and say that to the guards.
Sure. You say that to the guards, and you see the head guard who's standing at like this 10-foot tall like post with papers. He goes like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is this your entourage, Mr.
Yeah, we're coming from a long way away, and the business owners wanted to make sure that I arrived safely so we could start trade relations with the city."
I'm sorry, what's your name?
It's Normavment Allowed.
Oh boy, the Noral family. Well, of course, sir. Gentlemen, please help them into the city and everything else that he might need. Did you bring anything with you, supplies-wise, or are you just on your own?
I assume that I have like at least like some ores as like samples.
Cool. So you have like a little cart with you, maybe, or like, no, you probably have like just a backpack, whatever you think is more fitting.
Probably a backpack.
Probably a backpack. And you guys have this fucking guy who just walked up and basically helped you, which is like, and you see the guards like apologize profusely. It's like, sorry for approaching you. We didn't mean to disturb you.
I cannot believe the service that we've had here today. You will be receiving a very strongly worded Yelp review.
I'm gonna make an insight check on the person that just walked up to our party and started helping us for no reason.
Sure, make
He
an
helped
insight.
us for no reason. Why do you not trust him?
No, I don't. What do you mean? Vorborn literally just sees some guy just come help us, and he's
like, are you looking for like evil intent, or like what are you looking for?
Vorbar, I want you to keep in mind I'm literally smaller than your shin, probably.
That's fair. I rolled a 12, so not great.
Well, what are you looking for? Like,
I guess it was like.
Are you just vibe checking him? Like
essentially, yeah. I won't lie, yeah. That's basically, yeah.
Vibe check?
He smells like explosions, like ashen, like if somebody cast fireball, but you're not entirely sure about whether he's bad or not. He just seems like he's helping you, and right now this is probably your best chance.
Yep, that's fair.
Why, of course. Right this way, mister. And they let you in the city, and you watch as he hands you a piece of paper that basically gives you the rounds of the Mercantile District, the Holy District, and the Lower District.
As we're walking by those guards, by the way, I open up my mouth and they can see like the static charge from it.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Roll me an intimidation. Roll me an intimidation check.
It was only a 12.
Oh, you rolled an intimidation of 12?
Yeah.
Let me just roll a... Let's see. Cool. They both actually, like, puff up their chests and, like, bump each other's shoulders as they, like, look at you and try and, like, stare you back.
I'm gonna walk by him, so...
Yeah, you just walk past. Cool. I didn't know you were gonna do something else. Yeah, you just walk past and they're like, oh, and they high five or something. They like try and be like, we showed him. Anyway.
Oh god, I just want to act on that 5 intelligence. Just turn around and breath weapon them.
Please, what happens, Jeff?
Please don't.
No, I'm not going to. Obviously not. Dear God.
I
Okay.
will leave you in the
Oh,
prison.
once we're out of hearing distance from the guards, can I just yell at Alex, hey, I thought you murdered people?
I pull out my sword like instantly and like put it at his throat.
Wait, didn't you? Wait, you have your sword. I have your sword.
Production of weapons. Can we chill out?
Whoa, what happens? Okay, so a lot just happened. So he yells that at Alex. Vorbor,
I
do
mean,
you...
like, physically yell. I mean, like, speak louder than normal.
Oh, speak louder than Omer? Okay, Vorbor, do you pull a blade on him?
Pull a dagger.
Cool, roll me a stealth check to make sure nobody sees you pull a fucking dagger on it, because you have to literally crouch down onto your knees.
I thought we were going to get arrested because of Arashi. I'm impressed that it's you, boy.
I mean, I'm not like, it's like an intimidation thing. It's not like I'm gonna hurt him yet.
Okay.
You commit.
Isn't it better to just flash it and say, what did you just say? Instead of, like,
Look at that.
Oh, no. He heard things about Alex's past. Vorbor is very much against this. It was a 10, by the way. I rolled a 10.
No one's rolling good today. We just can't do anything
We
today.
can't roll it today.
You watch as Alex with a cold sweat goes, how do I pronounce your characters? Could you spell out your name in chat, by the way?
I think so.
Just
Can
because
I copy paste it somewhere?
I don't have it memorized, so I am having trouble remembering how to pronounce it, because the way you said it was hard.
Hey, Blake, can you change your name in the Discord?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. That would probably make it a lot easier.
That'd probably make it a lot easier. Don't need to keep kicking a dead corpse.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think I can change my nickname. Where would I change my nickname?
Right click and then change nickname.
You might not.
Oh,
be
I don't
able-
have that then. Yeah, I'm not
Just
able
copy
to.
and paste it. Just copy and paste it in chat, and let me copy and paste it into the.
Well, if you right click your name and then edit server profile, it's right there. If you have that.
There it is. Okay.
Hi, Normo.
Normov?
Normov, sorry. Hi, Normov. It's been a while. What?
Oh, everyone thinks you killed those people at the school. You know, after you and Elvandra disappeared.
Speak very carefully.
For reference, you think Elvandra's dead.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
And did you kill Elvandra?
Could we go to this alley over here as he points to an alley?
For the absolute record, my esteemed friend, you are at far more risk of being murdered by literally anybody else here. He's the least of your worries.
Okay, so what happened to who killed the body?
Do you go to the alley with Alex as he starts walking towards this alleyway?
Sure, I'm down.
I don't give him a choice. I'm literally like pushing him basically.
Okay, so you start getting pushed by this fucking big ass dragon.
Hey, Mr. Dragonborn, I'm ready for us all to go to the astral plane, so stop pushing me.
You act like I care.
Excellent. So cool. I love how everything we do involves violence.
You all walk into the alleyway, and Alex goes, Normov, me and Elvandra lied, and Elvandra, while she was the one who committed those murders. But I was aware of them and therefore was an accomplice. I understand if that disturbs you.
That's
but
fine. Where's Elvandra?
Alex is gonna make an insight check to see what he remembers about you. Alright, he rolled a 4. Right.
God, can't roll.
What is rolling today?
You watch as he looks at you and goes, I don't know where Elvandra is anymore. Is there a reason you want to know?
So you're no longer a lapdog.
Alex,
Borber, like,
you see like Alex like go, oh, like it's like a gut punch of a comment right there as he like, oh.
Congrats.
I take it back. I like him.
Thanks. Well, yes. We had a falling out.
I imagine her murdering people would be the falling out.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Yes. But she wasn't actually dead. She used a spell to pretend to be dead, and then I took the fall.
Seemed like you wished you to.
It's weird to see you. Shouldn't you be at school right now?
Oh, I graduated.
What? You were only maybe a year or two ahead of me.
I might have blown up too much stuff.
What? Oh, and you see him for a second and goes, oh.
The professor's chambers didn't end up looking too hot after I was done with it.
I remember now. I was really glad I wasn't roommates with you, I'm not going to lie. Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my roommate hated me. He never was in the room.
Did you escort him to the astral plane?
No, more like I set his bed on fire by accident.
I can see that being.
What are you doing here?
Well, I graduated early, and they didn't really teach me shit, so I'm here trying to get into the school.
What school? Do you want me to tell you the name of the school?
Yes, I forgot the name of the school.
Okay. Let me quickly pull up the name of the school. It is the Misthagus Academy. Misthagus Academy.
But we put that in something, like ledger
Yes.
or...
I'll drop that there. It is overseen by Archmage Junis Volume, who is the Master of Domestic Development and Protection within the city.
Okay. And so Archmage Junis Volume is the head of the academy. Yes.
He is not only the headmaster of the academy, he is also the master of domestic development and protection, to whatever you might imagine that means.
Okay. I think I understand.
Alex goes, right.
What are you doing here?
We're here to deal with Elvandra. Do you guys mind if we share the full story?
Like a proper introduction first.
Yes. This is Vorbor. He is an incredibly powerful and skilled warrior. This is Tunis, an
Is that why he was
intelligent...
kicking me in the back?
What?
Is that why he was kicking me in the back, the 2 foot tall? No.
Well,
Notice how he said powerful and skilled and not subtle.
yeah, not subtle at all. I'm very blunt about what I do.
He said it, not me. The next is Tunis. Tunis, a intelligent and very powerful arcane user in our party.
Why do you think I'm smart?
He's saved our skins more times than we can count. And
He just looks like an elf right now, right?
he does. He also, whenever he also happens to be the only one to point out the negatives of our plans. And Arashi, a not only skilled but very kind soul.
I glare at him.
He says,
I'm smirking.
sometimes. And
When I roll my eyes, I just look back at the street or something.
okay.
Oh, also, I walk over to Arashi and I just like put my hand out and was like, "Can I get my bag back?"
I hand it to him. Begrudgingly, I don't even look at him.
There are 10,000 gold missing for now. I'm kidding.
Wow, how did she create money? I didn't even have 10,000 gold.
You'd be surprised what Arashi can do. And I believe you know me.
That's pretty accurate.
So we're here to speak to the general. Why is it taking me so long to scroll? There we go.
Oh my friend.
Tolmak Panzer, who is one of the generals here. He happened to used to be the Archmage in an order called the Sanctum of the Eight Realms.
On
And
that subject, actually, I deeply apologize for failing to follow the plan at the gates. Every neuron in my brain fired at once, and I panicked.
It was kind of funny.
What's a neuron?
The thinky bits.
Oh.
Imagine having 40 thoughts at once.
Okay.
What?
You know what? Sure. We'll say that you have an advanced understanding of anatomy, including the fucking brain, to have the name neuron.
That's what I spend my time doing.
As a psych major, I'm like, knowing what neurons are is a new thing.
Even though I really don't know what a neuron is.
A neuron is just a bundle of fucking various cell bodies in your brain.
I thought a neuron was just a bunch of nerve cells together.
It is just a bunch of nerve cells, but they're built up of axons and yeah. Anyways, oh, actually, you're right. I'm thinking of something else. Anyways, you all kind of like pause for a second as Alex explains. Basically, he explains we're trying to speak to him to help us stop the return of a very powerful arcanist by the name of Epistheolod from the era of recovery before the convergence, who happens to master all 8 realms of the arcane, and wants to return to, according to Vorborg, destroy the world.
Well, that sounds terrifying.
That's what I say.
So
You sure it wasn't just those 8 people? Because it sounds like in the dream he just kind of fucks up those 8 people. Maybe it's just the 8 people he's after.
Willing to kill 8 people. He's probably willing to kill a lot more.
That's fair.
Hey, Daniel.
yeah,
We're still in the alley, right?
yeah.
Can I do like a perception check just to see if there's anyone like trying to listen in or anything like that?
Yes, make me a perception check.
Imagine being paranoid. You couldn't be me.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah,
Odd question.
yeah.
Does detect magic allow me to detect if we're getting scryed on or not?
Let me see really quick what it
Do
says.
you want the awful answer? Because I know.
I got 23 total.
23, give me 1 sec. I'm just going to check the spell.
Yep.
For Jeff's
Detect
question.
magic will reveal a floating orb of divination magic nearby.
Yep.
I will see invisibility.
Are you sure you're looking at the same thing I am?
I may not be looking at it, but I assume that detect magic would show that you are being scryed on because it detects magic.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. If you sense the magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn at school.
But if you're being scryed on, wouldn't you emit
You would
magic?
be able to, if it says you can sense magic in the area, you would at least be able to sense divination.
Yeah, you would be able to sense that there's divination magic around you. You wouldn't necessarily be able to sense the location of the orb that was watching you.
My bad.
I'd like to cast detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic. There is divination magic that seems to be kind of just faintly around you, but almost fading.
That's fine.
Did I get anything with my 23?
Fuck yeah.
With your 23, you keep an eye out. You see through the bustling pathways. You seem to be essentially in. I don't know if you guys have played. Has anyone here played Witcher?
Yeah.
Former has.
You know,
I'm not either.
like the beautiful interior cities of what's it called, Nilfgaard, where basically they had like huge cobblestone pathways and rising levels. It's kind of what that is like. Just a large amount of pathways, beautiful, like well adorned stonework, a variety of alleyways.
Like Gondor from Lord of the Rings? Similar?
Kind of. Let me see, actually.
I don't know any of these references.
Not necessarily Gondor. Not like
Less white, I'd assume.
less white. Also, like more sparse and organized. Like Gondor is like very particular.
Yeah,
And
that is-
also really tall. I would say not really Gondor. Like it's more like like old, like very well adorned French city. I don't know. Like that's the best. Like it's imagine like old German cities. Like that's kind of the vibe. Anyways, you all, as you're like looking through, you're seeing a lot of hustle and bustle. It seems like a lot of people are really excited for something. Likely the Harvest Festival. I'd say with the 23, I'll give you a little bit of extra something that you don't really need to notice. You kind of think, and you're like, huh, the time at which I was told to come within this area was the same time that Harvest Festival occurs in Protopolis. Specifically when a lot of important people tend to come to Protopolis.
Also,
Yeah.
Hmm?
What was the thing you're asking, Jeff? I'll say my thing after.
oh, I was just gonna, like, once you were done, I was just gonna tell Alex about it.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you finish first.
Okay, so you like what you would know is probably you ponder about that and think about what your old teammates and family told you about what they were asking you to do. Arashi.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what are you gonna say to Alex, Jeff?
I don't believe that we are speaking alone at this point.
Well, of course,
Very
there's
well.
like 5 of us here.
You know that the magic is fading, so it's likely that somebody was watching you at some point recently, but you don't know when.
I still say that just out of.
Okay. Alex is gonna whip out some dust and starts to cast spells, and is like, "We should be okay now."
Cast.
Is
Non-detect.
the divination magic gone?
You look and see that the divination magic is now like barriered. Basically around you guys, there's like a slight aura that makes it so that way the divination magic can't permeate it.
Gotcha.
And Alex goes, "This should help us for now." So, Normov, thank you for helping us get into the city. You wanted to go to the school here. I mean, maybe the general could help.
Thinking probably better to go with you guys, right?
I was about to suggest you could do some real-world training. Fuck academia. Just go out there and send it. See what happens. That's what I did.
You are speaking my language.
Fuck yeah.
As you can see by all the explosion dust.
I didn't do this by choice, though, so I bet it's more fun when it's by choice.
Probably.
Looks at your spellbook of insanely powerful magical spells.
Can I see that thing?
Which thing?
The book. Sorry. That book that looks like it's irradiating shadow dust. Or shadow.
I should really hide this better, to be honest, if we're in a place that hates magic. So
Yeah, probably.
you could look at it, however, you would not glean anything from it, if that makes sense. It might actually physically hurt to read.
Is that is your patron book, right? That's your Book of Shadows?
Yeah, it's not Book of Shadows.
Okay, cool.
I have other
Only one way to
literature.
test it. Only one way to test it hurts my head.
I am very closely tied to a being that I don't truly understand its motivations or its wants or needs, and I don't know if it's what better way to find out if it's okay with me sharing the book or not. How about we do this not somewhere where everybody can see, though?
You're right. Let's go somewhere else to do it.
Sure. Make me like just
Investigate it.
investigate. Like, where are you guys gonna try and go? Like a seedy tavern? Like, what's the vibe of like where
Maybe
you're
we should find a place to stay. How long are we staying in this town?
I think as long as Arashi, you need to be somewhere.
Has she ever
Did I
told
ever
us
tell you
about
I don't
that?
think. No,
Yeah,
no.
No, you never told us. Arashi, that's up to you if you mention it. Alex goes, probably as long as we need to be here to speak with the general, right?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Hey, this is hey, you don't need to, the funny thing is, this is your shit. You don't need to do this.
Technically, I could easily ask for a death wish and just leave the city white.
No, I mean,
you know?
hey, maybe you could fight them. You don't know.
Because we're so good at combat. We've won every time.
Barely.
Yeah.
You say that like that's not true. You guys have won every time.
We have.
However, narrowly.
Personally, I have knocked out at least 4 times.
And the only person I would count as a loss was the dude in Wonderland. Even if we
Um,
go-
The biggest L that we will never forget.
Hi there, guys. I'm back.
No.
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 Stop. I don't
Oh
want
boy.
it.
Ready to go on a tea ride? Oh, no.
And also the Tournament of Champions. That was an L. That was an L.
Yeah.
That was correct. You did get your asses kicked at the Coliseum, at the fucking.
All right, it was a fucking 2-on-5. What do you want?
Yeah, and that guy showed up and nearly kicked your guys' ass again.
He didn't kick my ass. He didn't even touch me.
Nah.
Next
kicked my ass.
time he shows up, I'm gonna put
Pretty
a
hard.
wall of blood.
He didn't even fucking touch me.
He kind of ripped my arm off.
He didn't rip your arm off, but he did destroy your ass.
Yeah, you did.
As you guys are all like kind of pacing, like what do you guys decide to do? Are you looking for an inn?
I think
Tavern
we
slash
should find
keep, yeah.
like a tavern or somewhere indiscreet. Indiscreet? I don't know which word, but we should find a
Actually,
place
you
where we
seem to know the
chill.
layout of the land a little bit.
Me?
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
your home.
I do? When did this happen?
You want the fish to find something?
Arashi, you start stepping through the streets. You haven't been to Protopolis before, but you've been told about it a lot. There's something weirdly nostalgic about all this, because these streets, like, you've been told about this before. This is the crown jewel of some of what you've known as your home. What some people have described as the greatest part of this country. And for reference, what you're seeing is these huge, big streets. However, the big, beautiful parts of it that you were described are beyond your view, almost obscured by what seems to be the more steam and muckied part of it, where you can clearly see the near entrance side isn't as pleasant, but as you go deeper into the city, you notice that it seems to be much less pleasant, and that the guards purposefully keep the entrance clean and then narrow the under groups to sides. You can see clear discomfort in some groups and families, although most people seem to be pretty optimistic because it is the harvest time, meaning that a lot of food is plentiful and more affordable than usual because it is so widely available compared to usual. Make me an investigation check to go find a place to stay.
Can I also make an investigation check? Or
Yeah, sure.
21.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, you fucking live here.
I don't live here, but I assume I've been here from my parents' business at some point.
Yes, you have visited on occasion. However, it's sort of like when you travel to a foreign country with your parents, and
Yeah.
you're like, I don't give a shit about this. I'm too busy reading my fucking books.
I rolled a 25.
Cool. You both immediately, almost like in sync, point and see a small offside tavern that isn't as rackety as some of the others and seems to be less dangerous looking, called the Alcohol Trumped.
That was perfect.
Is this just a tavern, or is it an inn tavern?
It's an inn with a tavern.
Okay.
That's the way it's spelled. You can check. It's German.
I think we can count the number of times we've stayed at an inn on like one hand.
We really like treats.
The only one I clearly remember is the Champions Draft.
Well,
You guys
don't
haven't-
really
We
remember
stayed
that,
at an
'cause-
inn.
We've been on the road a lot.
We camp.
No, we went to. We were in the inn in Draconic as well.
You had an inn in Draconic
Oh.
Hill. You had an inn over in, I think, multiple towns, including.
Basically every town
I
we've
think
been
we've
in.
literally only been in 5 inns.
Well, it depends on
Um,
how many cities we've been in, because
You haven't been in many cities. You've been to Altros, Draconic Nil, whatever the original one you guys went to was.
the
And
original
then
one
there was
we
like
did
2
stay
different
at.
towns that we stopped at. As well.
The Land of Cord.
And then there was
Yeah.
the one with literally we stayed in like 5 inns.
Yeah. So you enter and you see a
Did we lose a car?
a very shaggy looking human man. Oh yeah, you lost a cart that you fully said you were gonna pay back.
Didn't I like give him like less payment by like 200% or something?
Oh yeah, maybe you did. Maybe you gave it. I don't remember.
I think I gave him like 80% of the payment that he asked for.
Yeah, I think you gave him 80%. And he was like, "Fuck it, okay. If you die, I got money. I got money." But yeah.
And I wonder what the bill's going to be when we try to get that back from the one guy.
You look at your Spear of Warning and shake for a second, and
Oh, I still have that? I thought it was gone.
I don't remember
Dude.
saying it's gone. You just took it off.
Yeah, you put it in your bag, remember?
Yes.
Has it not?
Jeff, I didn't delete your Spear of Warning just because it inconveniences me.
Well, no, I thought it had
No,
been
that was-
like 6 months. Or
Yeah.
It's coming up on it.
It is coming up
Oh,
on this.
right. It's close to 6 months. It isn't there
Yeah.
yet. About 5 months have passed. The Spear of Warning might be gone soon.
And then we're in more trouble.
More problems. As you guys are walking in, you guys see the tavern owner and a few other people who seem to be around, all dressed in similar shaggy leathers that seem to be very well worn in, but not necessarily bad. And you see he seems to be a ginger man, probably in his near 40s. He has like very sunken in eyes, but also like a nice smile as he goes like, yes, so what can I do for you?
How many rooms do we want?
Oh, would you like rooms? We have.
We love rooms. I just don't know how many.
Well, how many nights would you wish to stay?
Ooh.
that's also kind of...
What's your daily rate and what's your weekly rate?
Oh, it's in this part of city we like to keep things nice. Probably 1 silver piece per day for a room.
And would you have a weekly price that's different or the same?
Oh yes, of course. Weekly price is probably about 4 silver piece per individual for room.
Okay, and would we get a
How
discount?
many rooms do you have available right now?
We actually are near running out. However, we seem to have a few, as people are not moving in quite yet for Harvest Festival. That's probably coming up in approximately a week or two. We're going to be bustling by then.
Ah.
I guess.
So are we
Remember when I
getting?
asked how many rooms we should get and then nobody responded? That was pretty cool. I think I'm just going to arbitrarily decide what gets
Oh, I'm gonna pick 5.
We're going with 5. Oh, very well. That will be 5 silver pieces per evening, or if you are
We'd like to do the weekly rate.
for how many weeks?
Just the 1 week.
Just the 1 week? Alright, so 4 silver pieces for each person. That is a total of 20 silver pieces or 2 gold pieces.
Okay, I got 2 gold pieces.
Here's some. Oh.
Alright, you guys watch as this guy pays for you all as he goes, absolutely, thank you so very much. Would you all like a drink or anything?
I would love a drink.
I would also love a drink.
Right away. He
Bring me a glass
lays,
that's bigger than me.
he lays out these big beer glasses. They are like German pints. And
Get anything bigger.
you take a sip. Vorbor, this is some of the best beer you've had.
Daniel,
Yeah.
how big is the glass compared to me?
The glass is the size of your head. It
Okay.
is a pint glass, and you are 2 feet tall. It is huge.
Great.
It's like, imagine if a baby was trying to lift a pint glass. That's like what you're
Okay.
a full child that is born at the age of like 2.
He's literally having a Pippin moment. It comes
He's
in
like- Yeah, he's fully just.
I'm getting one. Glass.
That will be 5 silver piece per drink,
All right.
Okay.
or 5 copper piece. Sorry, 5 copper piece.
Okay, good.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Copperfield, sorry, I mixed up the metric in my head. Sometimes it is very weird to convert. Centralized currency is new, you know. And he
Wait, did he say what? 5 copper pieces?
5
Yeah,
copper
just-
pieces.
I pay for my own drink.
I pay for my drink.
He hands you each a key to a room. My name is Torgov. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. Thank you so much for your patronage.
Thank you
Can
very
I
much.
give him? Can I give him a gold piece for any damages to my room?
Make a persuasion check so he doesn't like get concerned because he doesn't know you, so he doesn't know that you're gonna blow up his building.
I look over to the left, and or like whichever way he is, and I just look down. I'm just like questioning, like scared, not scared, but like a questioning, like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Look,
I love how you guys are like,
22 for persuasion.
cool. He goes, right, okay. Takes the gold.
All right.
You think about it and you're like, okay, I remember the cost last time. This will cost more than a gold if I do things correctly. You think on that, and as you do, you all kind of sit there and whatever reasons drink. Vorbor, Tunnis, are you guys feeling different? You just have this new person that appeared who seems to know Alex. Vorbor, you definitely feel something interesting. You have a person that you might be able to talk to get insight about Alex outside of what you know about him. This is your first time ever meeting a person who has known Alex before you met him.
Well,
Second time.
that doesn't want to kill me.
That
First time went really badly.
does not want to kill you. And he also, what do you know, knows Alvandra.
Hmm.
Do you happen to know any critical weaknesses of Elvandra?
Do you remember
Is
what
she
we
scared of
discussed?
spiders or something, potentially?
Do you
Does she
remember?
have any phobias?
I have it open on my screen right now.
Yeah, you remember? Okay, cool. I'll leave it to you then.
Okay, wait. So what was the question?
Does
Does she have
Elvandra
any
have
phobias?
crippling phobias?
I did not know her that well. She was kind of a bitch.
That fits.
You know, it tracks based on the one time I met her.
Yeah.
She very much looked down on the way I did things with the entire fire and thunder and blowing stuff up.
If it helps, she's progressed onto the point where she just tries to disintegrate people for disagreeing with her. I thought I disagreed pretty civilly.
Did this
too.
have something to do with Alex being there? Because I know Ilvandra didn't really quite care for Alex, but more treated him like a servant, from what I noticed.
Wow, that's
You know,
lot
this is a
to
lot different
unpack
story
right
than what
there.
we've been told.
What do you wait? So you described it. Okay, yeah. Alex was like, I helped her, but we were pretty well matched, I thought.
You looked like you both were in love, but Ilvandra had something else.
Was it criminal intent?
Because it definitely was, actually.
Yes.
I didn't think it was criminal intent. I thought she just wanted power. Or
Well,
knowledge.
You know what goes hand in
Knowledge
hand with
to get
criminal
power.
intent?
Well, not necessarily. I'm looking for power, but it's more in the power of an explosion.
I remember. What was it you were interested in at school again? I didn't get to know you very well.
It was technically conjuration, but I did.
Does it happen to be conjuring explosions now?
Yeah, fireballs, firebolt. I had a thunderstep at one point, I believe, or at least I learned how to do a thunderstep.
Wow.
Sounds like you have quite the explosive personality.
I mean, those are very impressive spells. To know. Right.
Thank you. And then I built my armor.
Your armor?
Yes. Here, let me pull it out, and then I just sprinkle the potion on,
Yeah.
I put on the armor.
You watch as I'm curious. Does it say how the armor comes on you, or would you like to describe it?
It does not say how it comes on me.
How do you think the armor comes on your body?
Okay, the way I imagine it is like it's set up to already to be done. I just have to like pour the liquid on to the armor.
Okay, so you pour the liquid on, and you watch like a Megazord just drink.
And it should be like smoky blue and like a liquidy thing on top of the armor, if that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah, you see like cool ass looking armor.
Hot damn.
Well, all right then.
That's impressive, to say the least.
Yeah, I totally didn't blow up my house doing this.
I can't see a single way that could have gone wrong in development.
Hey, barkeep.
You. Oh, sorry, no go.
Dibs on the room down the hall.
Barkeep.
Oh yes, of course.
Another, please.
And can we get some
Right,
food?
right. Here you are. Oh yeah, of course. What do you have a preference?
Do you have anything as big as me?
Turkey legs for everyone. Gotcha. That'll be.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good without a turkey leg. You have like a potato or something?
He gets you 4 turkey legs and a baked potato.
Sorry,
Awesome.
did anyone turn into their real selves again? Such as Tunis, the elf who just...
Nope.
Not yet.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still like Forbor. I just have robes like things of my own.
You have like leather like badly sewed onto your body, but well enough that no one notices.
Badly.
It's decent.
It's decently.
It fooled the guards.
It looks like someone at home patched it up.
Someone at home patched it up, except instead it was in the middle of the dirt road.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we did a pretty good job based on like how much time I had and where we were, and
It was
the fact that
impressive.
I haven't done that since I learned how to do it with magic.
Yeah. So, I think. Sorry, I saw that image and I thought that was so funny.
No.
Just the image of Epis being like, "I've returned. Time to bitch slap you all to death." You all, yeah. So you all are sitting there in the tavern, and you know that you have access, Normov, to the religious sections, the mercantile sections, and above. You could probably try and persuade your way upward, but your mobility is still limited. You are a mercantile family from a foreign nation. To speak with the general means that you have to have some kind of rapport. There is potentially an opportunity, you know this because your parents go to this event on occasion. The upcoming, in about maybe 2 weeks, there is a convention where various nobles and high individuals from the city, probably including the general, will be there that you can get access to through your parents' permission.
Okay, I relay all that to them. Well, except for the parents' permission part.
I am genuinely impressed with the amount that you're willing to fork out for a bunch of strangers in -1 that you just met. And thank you. That's not like a jab or anything. I'm not an awful person like these other people who are going to be like, I don't know if I trust them. Later tonight, that's what they're going to be saying. They're going to be hunched in the room. They're going to be like, I don't know if I trust the new guy or not. But you know what? I think I trust you a lot.
Oh,
I
don't
just
worry,
put my
anyone-
arm around Tunis.
You still saying that about me?
You're right. I do.
Oh, don't worry. If you guys try to kill me, I'll just send us all to the astral plane.
You made that very clear.
And that's why I'm kind of a fan of his. I won't lie. Blunt, to the point, get shit done.
Right. So I think we have a week on our hands.
Oh, God.
What would we like to do while we plan for this?
Get arrested.
We all have nice clothes from last time.
What do you mean last time?
I would say.
Where else have you guys been?
Well,
Places?
okay, so Dracona Signal, and you'll explain.
You don't want to know.
He does not include anything about you, Vorvor. He just explains there was a conflict with
Wait!
Dracona Signal.
We haven't gone through our post-board of secrets yet!
Oh God, no.
I roll a perception check for anybody around that might be paying attention to our conversation.
Here, roll a perception check.
Can I roll
Alex
too?
simply explains. Yeah, sure.
I rolled
But Alex will explain to you more. Norvab.
Okay.
Is that people that they were in the that everyone in the party was in the city of Dracona Signal when a conflict struck out between the crown and the military of the Federation, and they got the fuck out of Dodge.
I cannot believe that you lied to him. I wasn't there.
What? I
You
didn't
just said
lie.
everyone in the
Tunnus.
party was there.
You watch as he like takes you and is like, Tunnus, I didn't lie, and he's gonna roll me an insight check.
I know,
Norvab.
Wait,
I rolled a 20 on my perception, by the way.
Okay.
I rolled a 26.
wait, I'm rolling an insight check?
Yeah, roll an insight check. Okay, you guys can see that the guards, not the guards, the bartender and the group are like eyeing you, but they're not like listening in. They're just seeing you guys be really loud.
16.
16. Okay, Alex is telling the truth. Tunnus is full of shit.
I can't believe this.
Wait, what?
What? Did you
I
lose some
wasn't
your
there.
memory or
He
something?
said I wasn't
Wait,
in the
wait,
party.
wait.
I was on the plane of water. You know,
Wait, why do I believe Alex? I heard him say that.
What?
I heard him say that everyone in the party was at Dracon Signal.
Yes. That's what Alex said. Oh, I get what you mean. He was like, oh, sorry, Tunnus wasn't there. Tunnus came later.
yes.
Okay.
I think you're just using a little bit of your stuff, Tunnus. You're definitely there.
You know what? I'm a little rattled. I got put on the spot. Somebody died yesterday, and all that. Yeah, maybe we could say I'm a little rattled.
You could say I am too, barkeep.
Okay, so you guys have more rounds. Is there anything you guys wish to talk about before you settle into, I would say, a week of downtime to essentially investigate in the city, look for what you want, and spend a week before the main event?
I'd like to ask Alex if he learned anything new that I can learn as well.
Alex has his spellbook and says, I would be willing to help you. What would you like to learn?
What do you have in the fire and thunder and teleportation realm?
I have Dimension Door.
Dimension Door, I will take that. Wait,
Okay,
can I even learn it? Because that's a 4th level spell, isn't it?
Yeah, so that would be...
I don't have spell slots for that. I don't
Oh,
believe I do.
right. What spell level can you cast up to as wizard?
3rd level.
3rd level? Okay, he has, you said teleportation, fire, what else?
Thunder. And
I don't
anything
really-
that can pull or push, if that's a thing.
I don't
Rotation?
really have any pulls or push. I do have a control over time, and he shows you the slow spell.
Okay, can I search that up real quick?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Notice that we're all hovering over our books over here. And I also have a book that I can hover over. Does anybody know any ritual spells?
Funny you should mention that now.
He does
Oh.
know ritual. So, can you just absorb ritual spells? What?
I can
You
copy
learn
down
them-
ritual spells like a wizard can.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Alex has Tiny Hut, which is a ritual spell.
Do I
also-
have anything that's ritual? Sorry.
He also has, let's see.
Find Familiar is a ritual spell, right?
Yes, Find Familiar is a ritual spell. I think that Tiny Hut is the only current ritual spell that Alex... That's not true. That can't be true.
Also have Identify, although I feel like Tonas might have that one.
I think I do know Identify. And I do apologize, but this is like a one-way trade. I can't give you guys any information.
Well,
You could tell us about your book.
you could.
I could tell you about my book.
Or we could try letting me read it.
We could also do that. There's a bunch of things we could do with my book, actually. There's something about signing it that I love to do.
You
Fine.
could... Alex is not going to offer... You see Alex, like, refuses to show you some pages.
Me?
Yeah, all of you.
That makes sense. I can understand having certain pages that you don't want people to see.
What's in there?
I'm working on something, and also some of these spells I don't really like to share.
I have spells like that too. Like tear apart your mind.
Yeah, they're weird.
Anyways, yeah, he can let
Okay.
you use Tiny Hut. How long does it take for... I think I sent you the rules for copying spells. It's like 50 gold pieces per spell level. So
And
150
give me
gold
2 hours.
and 2 hours per spell level. So that's 6 hours it would take you to copy it. So it'd take you like a third of a day.
Yeah.
Can I actually learn the slow spell?
Yeah, sure. The slow
Right.
spell is only... Yeah, slow is third level, so that's what it's going to cost you.
150 gold?
150 gold, and it's going to take you 6 hours.
I'm gonna do it later though, not right now.
Okay, so you guys have about 7 days to... Or did I say... I said it's 2 weeks?
You said a week, didn't you?
A week? Oh, we'll just go with a week. It's fine. I'm God. 7... You guys have 7 days. So is there anything
Our
that
conversation.
you guys would like to do in a week?
I have 8 conversations I'd like to have.
Okay.
I'd like to search for a potential magical like item shop.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh yeah,
What'd you roll?
25.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I didn't think I'd get this far.
You just went. Oh my god!
I have to make sure that I have the correct one for this.
The way you just went like, what the fuck do I want?
Belt of Fire Giant Strength.
Hold on, I can check this one.
It's not the best one.
Sure, Jeff. Of course, it's not the best one. If you asked for the best one, it would be fucking impossible.
Yeah. Which is why it went down.
All right, so let me remind you: a very rare item is around $50,000 gold pieces.
I'm sorry. You know what? We're gonna set our but you know what? A place, if there's a shop that has this, there's gonna be other things there, surely.
Yes, you do find a magic shop that seems to have a wide variety of items. However, they are noted for religious value. You
Religion.
You see a store that appears to be let me find it seems to be called basically the Hall of Moradin, and it is a variety of magic items in relation to the god Moradin, who is basically the god of craftsmen. It's a dwarven god. think that was on the list I sent. Yes, Moradin. And you see a variety of magic items in there. Is there any specific kind? Because I have a list, but like, you know, you look at the belt of giant strength and you see that it is a religious item that is basically like, when you wear it, the soul power of the dwarves shall flow through you and you shall be able to craft among the mightiest of might. And it's like a 50,000 gold pieces. And this is with the assistance of Normov giving you permission to enter into the Mercantile District and Holy District.
So, what about things that are a little bit more affordable?
What is your price range?
5,000 to 7,000.
5,000, 7,000. Okay, so you can handle like rare items.
Immovable rod. Immovable rod.
I don't know. Do you look for an immovable rod? You can fucking do that.
Bill already has one.
There's a potion of mind reading. There is also a
catapult an unmovable rod into someone.
Oh,
That means
fuck
that
you,
they would
that's a
be
really good idea.
able to move.
there is a ring of mind shielding,
Oh?
and let's see. There is
Is there by chance a shield of some kind?
there's a potion of fire strength. Let me roll. I'll roll just a luck check to see if there's a shield. Yeah, there's shields. But there's only like specially crafted shields, like mithril shields. There seems to, which is basically like a +1 shield.
Ooh. More AC. I could get up
What
to
is your
20
AC?
AC, 19 without Defender's bonus. I could get to 20 AC just bog standard.
Oh, I'm not too far from you.
In medium armor.
Is this what you do? Do you buy it? You watch as the guy goes like, "This is about 5,000 gold shield. It was made," and then he starts to explain the history to you, and you're so busy.
Yeah, I don't care about the history. How much is the mind ring as well?
The mind ring is about is pretty expensive. It's about 5,000 gold pieces as well.
How much does one of my...
What are you gonna sell?
I need to go back. I need to go back into our DMs.
Got to go back to the past.
The shield wouldn't require attunement, but I'm guessing the ring would.
Yes.
How about this? What if I do for 5,000 gold for the ring, but then also we do equal trade a potion of supreme healing for the shield?
I'm gonna make you roll an intelligence check before you pull out the potion.
Five.
What'd you roll, Jeff?
Oh, I was rolling that. Intelligence 9.
Okay. As you pull it out, he's gonna make an insight check. Not equal trade, especially considering that's contraband.
That is fair. That is fair.
However, I'll say, and you see he gets very close. 5,000 gold is a very good deal for this very well endowed ring with a lot of history, if you want to take it, or the shield, but you can't get both. And I'll let you go off easy.
Appreciate that.
Haha, now you have to buy something.
Oh, we're just gonna buy something. Now I just have to pick.
He's like, I'm making a profit.
Ring of Mind.
Do you know what it does?
I'm looking it up right now.
While wearing the ring, you are immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it. You can use an action to cause the ring to become invisible until you use another action to make it visible, until you remove the ring, or until you die. If you die while wearing the ring, your soul enters it unless it already houses a soul. You can
fuck yes. No, I'm doing it. I just needed to hear that. I'm doing it. Fuck yes.
Depart from the afterlife. As long as your soul is in the ring, you can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it. A wearer can't prevent this telepathic communication.
Yep. Nope. Doing it. I want that one.
Okay. You take the ring.
Yo.
And you watch as the man goes, right, yes, this was, hold on one sec, actually. As you start to walk off and ignore, he's like, just be wary, this used to be owned by, it was given to me by Archmage, Archmage Regis Zestor, as you walk off.
Who?
Regis Zestor. You rolled really low in intelligence, so you don't know whether that's relevant.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that covers some of your off period. Is there anything else? Would you guys like to know?
To know?
Did Robert tell any of us where he was going or no?
I also take an action to make it turn invisible.
Okay. Once you attune to it, you make it invisible. Is there anything else?
Anybody
you guys...
talking to me?
Wait, did Vorbar tell us where he went?
Vorbor would have to tell you, Normov, that he went to a magic shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He went to the Hall of Moradin.
Did he tell me?
Yes, he had to. You had to give him.
Yeah, I had to.
Enter.
Oh.
You are the only reason that they have a mobility within the city.
Oh, they have to be with me.
They have to either be with you to enter the section and you can let them in and then leave them, or you have to give them permission. But like they can't go anywhere without your expressed permission.
Okay. Can I buy some items? Hopefully
sure.
He has it.
What do you look for?
A bag of tricks.
A bag of tricks. You're going to make me an investigation check because that's very specific. And also likely would not be allowed in the city. You would have to find some seedy shit in the city for this to work.
16 plus 10, I think it is? Yeah, 10.
Jesus, okay. You find the most dank ass back alley shit. What is it called? Bag of tricks? Hold on, let me see.
I wonder which one I get.
Let me see. I have to pick which one this is. Oh, I have to roll for this. Okay, give me 1 sec.
Okay. How are you gonna roll it? There's only 3 types.
Exactly.
Percentage.
Okay.
But then you couldn't even.
You see a shady looking guy being like, "I got all the goods, man. You wanna try this?
You want to buy some watches?
It's a gray bag of tricks."
Can I test it to make sure it works?
Sure. So you use an action to throw something out of the bag, and you see a fucking a giant rat.
Great.
Here and go.
Does he have an alchemy jug as well, by any chance?
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what that is. I just got this weird shit from my buyer. But it'll cost you 500 gold pieces for that guy.
We all know that this is worth at max 100 gold anywhere outside the city.
I don't think that's true. It's an uncommon magic item, so it's probably... Yeah, I'll say...
I'm hoping he doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, roll a persuasion or deception check.
Persuasion or deception.
Yeah.
Okay. Where the heck is that? That's the wrong tab. I'm gonna do a persuasion check. So it's a 13 plus 5.
13
So
plus
18.
5. 18. 18. He goes, look, man, I'm just trying to make a living, okay? 300 gold pieces, as low as I'm gonna go, okay?
This is the weakest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't know what that means.
Alright, I'm gonna
Look, man,
walk away.
Magic creatures. Wait, you gonna pay me, right?
Can I? I wonder. How seedy does he look? Out of curiosity.
He looks fucking seedy. He's like a weird back alley guy who's holding illegal religious products.
Can I Misty step around the to the corner and then?
He looks and goes, fuck, as you teleport away with the item, and you run away. Sure, I'll say that, roll me, a dexterity check to see if you can outrun him.
Dexterity is 14 plus 2, so 16.
Yeah, you outrun this guy as he's like, fuck, way to go, and you have a gray bag of tricks.
Wow.
Congratulations, you fully just outran a guy. Weirdly, this is probably the best city to do shady shit, because busting somebody for doing shady shit in this city is a lot easier. Selling anything magical that is not permitted expressly is bad news bears if you get caught.
Okay. There are more items I'd like to buy. If by any chance I could go to the shop.
Yeah, what would you like to try and buy?
Does he have an alchemy jug or a cloak of protection?
Cloak of protection, yes.
How much is the cloak of protection?
Let me see really quick what type it is. How much money do you have left?
Well, I haven't bought that much, have I?
How much did you mark off how much you spend?
I have been doing that. I still have at minimum 500 gold, probably more. Because you said I got a K.
You got a K, yes.
Yes. I haven't bought anything expensive, I believe.
So you probably have about 500 gold pieces worth for the cloak. He's like, all right, this costs 500 gold pieces. The same guy as before at the Hall of Moradin.
I'm not gonna buy it.
Okay. Cloak of Protection's a pretty, it's not cheap.
Yeah, that makes sense. Check.
No, yeah. You're okay. The alchemy jug and stuff, I'd say you're probably gonna have an easier time purchasing it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps in the upper districts, as well as through other merchants. Later, you can probably send messages through your family and get it in time, if you would prefer that, as long as you're willing to spend the gold, leveraging your family name.
Like a debt kind of thing. So
basically, you could pay it off. It would be cheaper. It's just that you would have to use your parents' name.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. I'm not going to do it this time, though.
Yeah. Anyways, is there anything anyone else would like to do? Tunis, Arashi, is there anything you guys would like to do?
The first night, I will knock on Arashi's door.
Hear a knock at the door. Arashi.
Who is it?
It's Tunis!
Oh god, what do you want?
To apologize?
I opened the door.
It's about this, and I hold up the knife.
Oh god, no.
I'm really sorry. I just want to say that. I know that I lost the knife, and then you trusted me enough to give it back, and I promise I will never lose it again. And thank you for giving it back. And as an apology, I will help you steal something, because I know you like stealing things, and I feel like the best way to repay something to you would be with actual money. So I will help you steal things, if you wish.
Do you have something in mind, or?
Absolutely not. I'm not exactly the one who is good at that kind of thing, but I have a lot of skills that pertain to theft. And I do feel really bad for losing the knife. I must put it down, or I'm not used to having a physical weapon. I'm sorry.
You can keep it.
I very much appreciate that.
You know this is a very high security type of town.
I don't have a lot of experience with towns, to be fair. It's a standing offer. I owe you. So I would help you steal, if you wish. Or I could do something else. Is there something else you would prefer?
It's nighttime currently, right?
It is currently the evening.
Did I see anything in town with my perception checks that may be of interest?
Like in what particular? Like, as in just like people? Make me, I would say an investigation or perception check. Or just a, perception check. To see if you see anything that you're interested. Because you're just looking out the window? Is that what you're kind of doing?
I mean, like on the way down, on the way to the end, if I saw anything with my previous perception checks. And I mean, I can, I just did one right now and I got a 22.
Yeah, just because, like, yeah, that's a suddenly new thing. You see a group of, a bunch of different merchants moving things up and down the city. In particular, you don't see, like, jewels or anything. You do see, people moving a lot of different exotic fruits. Including like strange looking like mangoes with purple blotches around them and like a bright yellow looking apple, like various types of fruits that you would never see anywhere else but on this time phase.
Would I know why they're so odd?
Because they are imported from the constellations of Convergence, which are very dangerous for a lot of people from the Leviathos Federation to go to. They only go out there for, like, the same way that people used to use various lands to explore. They have not yet invested in it the way they have colonized other parts of Exordia. So it's still sort of new for them, if that makes sense.
I'll be completely honest, I'm really tired and none of that clicked.
I'll say you get another thing, though, with your 22 that you notice. There is blips of movement out on the rooftops from a distance you can see while you're in the room.
Whoa, that I understood. How good are you at running, Tunis?
Have you met me? I tried to run away immediately when I met you.
You aren't wrong.
I'm not particularly fast, but I definitely will not get caught.
I see some ruckus in the distance. You want to go check that out?
Only if I don't get stabbed.
I can't promise you that.
I hate overview things.
You both walk outside and move towards the distant rooftops you see over. As you move over, you seem to be going a little bit deeper into the city. Is there anything are you just walking along with Tunis, kind of keeping an eye out, Arashi?
Yeah, I'm just how late into the evening is it? Like, is it like dark or like just like?
It's probably like 8 p.m. Like you can see like the moon's clearly out.
Okay. Yeah, I keep an eye out and like check alleyways in case of like any shady beings are about.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self to be wearing a gray cloak so that I'm not a fish parading around at night.
That's perfectly fine. You do that. Arashi, you see a blip of movement in the alley that runs past. At the other end of an alley.
Okay. I motion to Tunis. Come this way. And we'll go into the alley.
As you step into the alleyway, you begin to walk down carefully, and you notice the blip of movement return, and you see the silhouette of a hooded figure at the end, and you recognize the voice of Malcolm as he goes, "You're a hard cat to find."
Fuck.
Arashi, you moved ahead of us? I never expected initiative about something like this from you.
I'm going to speak telepathically to Arashi. Hey, so let's give you a 1 to 10. How bad is this right now? Like, should we leave immediately? If it's a 10, then, I don't know, shake your head. If it's a 1, I guess do nothing.
What do I do if it depends?
You look up and see you look up and you see Valerie above the drow elf who is sitting at the edge of the rooftop with her like legs kicking out.
I didn't know you guys would be here so quickly. I'll be honest.
The event is in a week, Rashi.
A week.
The gathering. The grand hall. Where all the nobles are.
I might have lost track of time. I did not know it was in a week.
We tried sending you messages. You didn't respond. Sometimes the message spell does not work through dimensions.
Let's just say I was busy.
Busy. Right. Well, now that you're here, we can get you in on the business. We're gonna kill the king. Arashi.
I'm glad that you're in the habit of discussing things like this in front of random strangers.
Oh, don't worry. We assume you're one of Arashi's accomplices.
Oh yes, definitely, 100%. I've been on it.
You feel a blade near your back, Tunis,
Are you
as
fucking kidding me?
as the third person that you remember, Arashi, Mason Hertz, stands behind and growls like a angry dog.
For the absolute record, if you stab me, I am going to tear every single nerve out of your body and staple them to the wall next to us right now.
Don't move.
My accomplice, as you put it, is a little unstable sometimes.
Oh, you saying he's gonna talk?
No.
I am talking right now.
Okay, he talks a lot, but he won't talk in that way. You know.
Make a persuasion check.
Nat 20.
Oh my god. You watch as Malcolm like tilts his head for a second and goes like, "Oh, you're really sure, Rashi? I'm almost hurt. I've never seen you appreciate somebody like this before."
You know, I don't really appreciate him, I'll be honest, but
For the absolute record, she's tried to kill me at least 4 times.
I know
Right.
people, and I know him. He's a little unstable, but he's not that unstable.
You feel the blade like pull back.
Thank
Right.
you.
Well, a lot of the bosses seem to think the king's a bit of a problem right now.
Why do you say that?
Well, Imperial Overlord overextending on lands that they were hoping to be a little bit less unregulated. Perhaps a threat or change to the hierarchy could change some things. Whether we kill him is a question, but you know, war profiteering is kind of our game sometimes, Arashi. You like think about like the situation they're in, and then he goes, I mean, you've seen it, I imagine, the growing tensions between Draconis and Gnil. You do know what's been going on recently, right?
I know bits and pieces.
The Declaration of Independence? Draconis and Gnil declaring that Draconis and Gnil separating itself from separating itself from the Leviathos Federation in response to its military takeover. The growing border tensions at Orcrest. War is coming. Just depends on what side you want to be on.
Okay, okay, here's the thing. I'm really bad with names. Which side are we technically on?
Technically, it is to the advantage of... You guys normally serve for the Leviathos Federation in terms of like groups of people into it, but you know the thief group that you were a part of, which where are you? The Silent Step is the name of your original Thieves Guild. If you remember correctly, let me know if I'm saying things that you don't like or don't remember.
Yeah,
However, you happen to know the people that you work for sometimes can include groups of nobles who, probably to their advantage, would enjoy the social restructuring of the Leviathos Federation.
So we're technically against the king.
For this occasion, we're against whatever we need to be against, but for this occasion, the king is to be slain. The power vacuum will happen to be something we can take great advantage of, and in the oncoming war that follows from that conflict, we'll be able to make a lot of money. Come on, Arashi. It's profit.
You say we, but I did leave the guild.
Yes, you left. You're still a thief at heart, right?
Can't really leave that behind, can I?
You know, we took you in. You had nothing before us. We were your family, Arashi, and you left us. And you hear Mason growl.
Not to step in while there's still a knife pointed at me, but this sounds a lot like guilt tripping.
This is family business.
How many times am I going to be in life or death situations where there's somebody nearby getting manipulated? This is twice now.
If I had a nickel for every time, I would only have two, but that's kind of weird.
That's 2 more nickels than what I wanted.
So? Did you really not care about us at all?
I won't say I didn't care. But I left for a reason.
Our lifestyle wasn't nice. But it was all we had, Narashi. This is all I have. and you kind of look at your family, and you know when Malcolm is saying this, what he means. This is where Malcolm has the most power, the most agency over his life, and where Mason and Valerie also have the most agency. You also are welcome to not just talk to Malcolm. You can point at them as well if you want to say something to them.
So what's the plan? Truly, what's the plan? When we kill the king and this whole power vacuum, we'll just continue doing all of this. To the benefit of money, yes, and I agree that is a very tempting thing. But it will just happen again, and again, and again.
Arashi, we're used to cycles here, but we stay on top. We watch each other's backs. And while I know you don't know anything about that, we make sure that we get to feast well in this. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But you care about morality? About the plan? You've changed, Arashi.
Don't say that.
Still. You want to be in this operation? To change some things up?
Are you giving me a choice here? Because it didn't seem like a choice back then.
I'd hoped you thought about it and missed us, maybe. But I see you don't. Meet us over at the southwest side of the city. Over in the abandoned junkyard. If we don't see you there within the next 4 days, the plan, we'll hunt you down.
I don't suppose I'm exempt from this offer.
You're very much not involved, sir. But if we find out anyone's had a lick of information, I'll have you slit and gutted and hung like a fish.
It's funny you say that. It's so funny that you say that.
You watch as Valerie kind of like looks at you peculiarly, and Mason growls and steps back. You remember Mason and Valerie also too. Mallory was very neutral in terms of her moral stances, but she, despite all of her ignorances, did care about you both. She was the most skilled fighter of all in your group. With her on your side, you knew you could win any fight. Mason was loyal to a T. He cared above all else about his sisters, his family. He could take care of his 2 sisters, Malice and Raven, and his little brother, Crow. He even had you over for dinner at sometimes with them. You imagine a lot of what their aggression comes from is hurt, and that Malcolm is probably using that. You remember the guildmaster you took care of in the city, and you kind of see the silhouette fit that of what Malcolm looks like. As Malcolm steps back into the shadows. I think that's a good place to call the session.
Was that all happening on the first night?
That was happening on like the first or second night, yeah.
Jeez.
Damn.
Can I say like some words before they go? Like,
Yeah.
not like hoping that they respond, but like.
Yeah, no, as they start to move, you speak. What do you say?
I never said I didn't miss you guys.
you see Mason palm you a note as he walks away. And it says, meet me outside the bar that you're staying at tomorrow night if you want to chat. And then we end the session there. How
Shaking.
are you okay?
No.
I'm not gonna lie, it got to your end of the fucking story. This is your kind of character plot shit.
I'm never gonna have a break for the next few sessions, aren't I?
I'm unfortunately no. This shit's yours, man. Vorvor technically met his dad. However, he has to probably go talk to his dad about that.
Yeah, I got some shit to talk about at some point with him, but that's for a different time.
We're gonna have daddy issues to go through.
That's for you to go, hey, you're my dad, and also there's more.
Remember when I said that I'd help you find your son? Hey!
I found him.
Found him!
What do you mean? Well,
here's the thing.
I'm raised the wolves.
was that at least cool for you, Evie? Did it feel cool?
It felt cool, and I'm shaking.
Hey, but new character, guys. Look at it. Blank is a new character, and he's kind of cool.
I like him.
Arashi thinks that he's the perfect size to dropkick.
We talked about that's legitimately what me and Blank talked about when we were talking about the character. Do you want to describe one of the things that you knew you wanted to do with your character, Blank?
I really just want to hit people in the shin and their balls.
Yeah, like he's like the perfect
height.
He's like the perfect height to punch everyone in the dick.
I think Arashi would have flashbacks of trying to punch the leprechaun and then completely fucking up. And then
my god!
Oh, that was so funny. I forgot about that.
I forgot that's why we ended up in there.
Yeah, it was.
Whoa! I see you like to miss me. Time to go into my fucking mouth.
I'm still very mad that I had a nat 20 when that happened.
That was so funny.
Dude, you got a nat 20 persuasion. He like fully was not going to attack you during that.
I was literally shook.
I was so ready for them to attack us.
I was ready too. I've been rolling like shit all session. And I'm just like, this persuasion shot's gonna be like a fucking nat 1, and it was a fucking nat 20, and I nearly screamed.
Dude, you rolled well. He was like it turned from topic of like, I'll force you to like topic of like, oh, I'm kind of emasculated and intimidated. Did you miss us? They could have fought you, I guess, but that would have been an interesting fight.
They would have
with
lost.
Me and Tunis in an alleyway? Yeah, I don't know how well that would have gone.
You know? But that's something to think about.
Tunis, did you think asking for a heist would end up in this?
No. No, I thought we were gonna go rob some random store and call it a day. I was so prepared to just do that.
Would you have preferred robbing a store? Would that actually have been your preference?
No, absolutely not. I am down to be tangled up in this because I genuinely want to kill some of these people.
They are, in fact, pretty shitty people, some of them.
Just one.
Just one. Be like that.
Daniel, off-topic question, but did you figure out how to do that mechanic that we talked about?
I still have to remind me what they are. Could you just message me what the question was?
Okay.
Because I'm trying to remember. There was a few things we discussed.
I feel like this one is the only thing we have left.
Yeah.
Unless I'm
Do you guys feel like you all felt like you got a good amount of attention? I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of attention for you, Tunis, later into the session about what you might wanted to do.
I had pre-messaged Evie saying that I'm going to offer you a heist. Let's plan it.
You probably will
That's
get.
exactly
I will say
go.
you will probably get heist opportunities later.
Oh no, I was just saying that's where I intended to go in the session. I wasn't.
I didn't mean to hijack your heist, however. I was kind of like, I'm going to leave this as an opportunity that Evie could or could not take. You could have ignored the movements and then found out later.
You can't tell me that there's movement after telling me about weird fruits and then not expect me to take the movement over the weird fruit, okay?
That is true. I was like, because I'm like, you don't know this city well enough. You didn't, like, outside, people at the lower districts are not going to have nice shit.
Yeah. I was just kind of thinking maybe, like, weird alleyways where, like, someone went, like, ducked in oddly. Or, like, I don't know.
No, yeah, it could have been a possibility. That would have been funny if you fucking, like, beat the shit out of Malcolm and it was like, wait a minute, who are you?
Wait, I could end the whole thing here right now if I just killed these three. Ooh.
I mean, you could. Legitimately.
The odds of me actually being able to kill them three, though, is very, very
low.
Well, I mean, it's fun if there's a possibility, because it's only 2v3.
I know for a fact that we have a decent chance in this fight. I can just say that right now.
I will say that with a bunch of rogues, it does very much depend on initiative.
It would.
You would have to roll good.
I also don't think did we have a long rest by then?
I don't.
Assuming travel time, you would end up having a long rest.
I think you guys would have had a long rest at that point because you slept after the shit with Lamore and everyone.
I think it also makes the most sense for that to have happened on the second day.
Yeah, so you guys but by the end of all of that, you guys would have been able to go back and rest. You now also have a note that basically from Mason that he wants to talk to you the next night if you want to.
Yeah.
So you can potentially just have a conversation with one of your old people.
That is a possibility, yeah.
Jeff, how do you feel about all that?
What do you mean?
I saw your messages of being like, "Go, Dad!"
Yeah. See, I was in the kitchen making popcorn with my wireless headset on, and then all of a sudden, while I was talking with my roommate, I just heard, "We're gonna kill the king." And I immediately stopped whatever I was doing and ran back into the room.
you were like, "Oh fuck, is that my dad?"
I was like, "Which king?" I'm assuming not mine.
Your dad dies before you even are able to talk to him.
I'd be so sad, dude. Oh my god.
You're like, "Fuck, dude."
I just like to
the daddy issues is strong in this one.
Yeah.
We tried to take over.
I don't have daddy issues, thank you. I was raised by a fucking amazing man.
We tried to become the king of a city from the tournament, which we ended up rigging.
Kind of? You kind of tried, like you would have essentially.
Well, we ended up rigging it.
Yeah, you would have been elected, basically. It was basically you would have been elected the official for a year. So it's kind of like, oh, president for a year. What does that mean?
I mean, it's basically king for a year, but then we also saved a king, and now we're gonna kill a king.
Maybe you'll kill a king.
Potentially kill a king, but right now it sounds like kill a king.
In your head, I mean, Arashi is already used to danger. Arashi might just be like, whatever, sunk cost fallacy, and stab Malcolm in the neck.
That could happen.
Okay, I need a little more information, because honestly, with the whole, different towns and areas, I'm not too sure what's happening.
Would you okay, so do you want to message me specific questions and I will answer them?
My main question is, who are we siding with? I'm not, I keep hearing names of,
Silent Step is your criminal organization.
Yeah.
You work normally within the Leviathas Federation, but you don't have a political alignment to either nation. What is advantageous for the guild is what matters. Sometimes that includes destabilizing either nation.
I mean more who are we siding with when it comes to Epis?
Oh, with Epis?
We don't fucking know.
You
Yeah, they don't know who he is.
I'm not going to lie. You don't like Epic. Technically, you don't want to be against. You don't know what the disposition is of Tensor. However, you can probably guess that based on the way they treat magic here, Epis is against the Leviathos Federation, but that's not necessarily means that you need to be against them in the same way, right? Like, Epis is, to your understanding, for the protection and preservation of magic at any cost.
I have such a wonderful rant about knowledge and preserving magic.
With like the people that we were siding with, like the 8 different magic users.
The 8 wizards.
Are they all part of like the same
No. They're from different places. They occupy all sorts of different political and organizational alignments.
This is not helpful. It's leaving me in a gray area. I need an answer.
I have a really bad.
There's no true side.
What do you need? What are you looking for here?
I'm indecisive. I'm basically trying to figure out in my own head if Arashi would be for killing the king or against.
The king.
Warbor's dad is the opposition in this case.
I'm gonna go to the. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. Message me and I'll talk more. I have to go. I have to go to the bathroom really bad.
God damn it, Daniel! You can hold it.
I've been holding it. I'm not gonna lie. I've been holding it for a while. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll message you. The general gist of it is basically the Leviathos Federation is a colonialist nation that dominated different parts of the continent. So however you think you would feel about like old Britain is probably how you would feel about them.
Imagine they owned like 80% of the world.
History, guys.
And screwed everyone else over.
I failed history.
Okay, Evie. The old British Empire conquered like 50% of the world.
And later as well. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're good.
Murdered and stole everything from everywhere.
Copy that.
So that's what that is.
Bad.
Yeah, like really, really bad. Like half of the world now has Independence Days purely because of the British Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Okay.
And the Spanish and the French. It's kind of those three.
Yeah. I feel like British has the most though.
British for sure had the most.
Spain was like a really bad colonial country.
I'm not good with politics.
They lost most of their colonies within like within the first 50-60 years, I think.
I failed history. I'm not good at politics. I'm just here to stab things.
It was mostly... Who was it mostly? It was French, British, and Portugal, I think it was.
Stabbing is
Sorry,
the game. Arashi is my name.
Trying to think of like a way to explain
I'm
this
legitimately
shit to you.
surprised that I didn't get stabbed there, to be honest.
Honestly, me neither. I was ready to roll in that one and get you stabbed right then and there. I was just like, well,
Yeah,
that's the end of Tunis right there.
I was thinking, like, I shouldn't have opened my fucking mouth. They've been ignoring me this entire time.
That 20 was actually got tier.
Legitimately could have saved my life because I don't actually think we'd win that fight.
I mean,
like we would have a chance
yeah,
maybe
probably
against 2, most likely 1, but 3 of them probably not. And they probably have backup somewhere.
What would have been required to happen is I would have had to roll a nat 20 on initiative, and somebody would have had to roll really badly, and then we would have had a very good chance of winning that fight.
Yeah. But also, they stabbed me in the hand not too long ago, and I almost died, so I'm not sure how that was gonna go.
That was with poison. There's no guarantee they have poison. They didn't expect to meet us.
They didn't, actually.
What's the belt of giant strength to do?
Oh, it would give me 25 strength.
Is there any requirement on that?
No.
No. Does it give you AC or no?
No.
No?
Oh, but it increases your strength.
It's just, if your strength is 10, if your strength is 9, it becomes 25.
Okay.
I will say that with a 22, I think they expected me to be around, because 22 would not have been enough. Unless they rolled really shitty with stealth, I think they wanted me to find them. So they might have expected me, depending on if they knew I was in town or not.
They probably figured out you were in town while we were making such an awful scene to get into town.
You weren't wrong.
I am sorry for that. I meant to follow our plan, it's just William, the player, fucked up.
Hysterical, and I loved it.
Because we were all just silent, and then somebody said so I was like, oh, fuck shit, I'm talking!
That was, honestly, that whole thing was hilarious, and it I don't know if it would have went any better, honestly. What did you roll on in intelligence, by the way, at the beginning? Because I didn't hear you.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 5.
We all rolled 5s?
Yep.
Okay,
Wait,
yeah,
for
no,
what?
that makes sense then. Yeah, you should have messed up there. That was 100% just a 5 roll.
And then there's Smarty Pants McWizard in the party now.
Wait, sorry, what?
Smarty Pants McWizard.
Oh yes. He's gonna be fucking dumb. He has 7 wisdom.
That's more wisdom than I have. That's not fair.
I only have a +2 in intelligence, so I didn't expect to roll that high, but I rolled a 3.
I also rolled a 3.
Oh, it's 6 actually.
Hey, we have the same wisdom.
Wait, how am I proficient in saving throws?
Wizards are proficient in wisdom saves, I think. Maybe?
Probably, but like, it seems kind of dumb that I have a 6, but I'm proficient in saving throws.
It helps you, trust me, because wisdom saving throws are the worst.
Oh
one.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, friends, I'm gonna hop off too. I gotta go sleep. I got work tomorrow.
Okay,
Have an excellent night. Thanks for dragging me into a criminal organization.
Yes. You know, honestly, hold on. Before I go, I, as a player, wanted to get you guys involved. But as a Rashi, I was pretty sure Rashi wouldn't actively do it on purpose. So you coming along
Fair.
definitely helped a ton with me wanting to tell you guys.
That's a pun. A ton. Tonus.
I'm leaving. Goodbye. Anyways, fucking annoying. Let's do some Nightcore. Yeah, I don't know what the song is, but we are heading off. Let's see. They changed all of this. What? Okay, we're gonna raid. I got literally no one to raid. We love that. Guys, I don't know who to raid. You know what? I'm too tired. I'm not gonna raid nobody. Sorry for those that are here and want the free points. No raid tonight. But I appreciate you guys joining me, vibing, dealing with the bullshit that is D&D. I have things to do. I have people to text. I don't know what's happening. I'll be completely honest. Well, we'll figure it out between now and the next session. I hope you guys have a great night. I'm gonna let the music play for a bit, and I hope I said this like 5 times. Farewell, friends. Ciao.
Raise the cup to